We'd like to ask you to rise if you are able and remove your hats. It's time now to honor America as the Western Washington University Band plays our national anthem. Now let's meet the starting lineups for tonight's contest. First, we'll meet the visitors from Central Washington University. At guard, a 6-foot senior, number 4, David Thompson. At guard, a 6'4" senior, number 11, Xavier Smith. At guard, a 6'4" freshman, number 22, Colby Gannett. At forward, a 6'6" junior, number 25, Matt Poquette. And at forward, a 6'5" senior, number 33, Marcus Gilson. Central Washington is coached by Brandon Renta. Coach Renta is assisted by Drew Church, Chris Gross, and Ty Lindsay. Viking fans, are you ready?
In NCAA Division II.
Hey, I'm right back on that air. They done made me mad. I've been keeping calm, constantly keep. Hey, I'm right back on that air. Yo, they done made me mad.
sixth man. This is your chance to show your love. Let's meet the starting lineup for your Vikings. At guard, a 6-foot junior, number 3, Daniel Hornbuckle. At guard, a 6'2 senior, number 4, R.J. Seacrest. At guard, a 5'10 sophomore, number 5, the Rocket D'Angelo Menace. At forward, a 6'6 junior, wearing number 22, Jalen Green. And at forward, a 6'8 senior, number 25, L.L. Luke Lovelady. Your Vikings, they're coached by Tony Dominguez. He is assisted by David Dunham, Bob Hofstetter, Otavio Jude, A.J. Albritton, and Garrett Thibodeau. Sixth man, it's game time!
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome here to WECU Court inside of Carver Gymnasium. We're on the campus of Western Washington University in Bellingham, Washington. You're tuned in to Vikings TV. My name is Ben Bagley. I'm joined tonight by Butch Kamina for tonight's GNAC showdown between the Western Washington Vikings and the Central Washington Wildcats.
Always a pleasure to be here for a Central Western game, Ben.
Haven't had one of these in nearly 2 years. The tip is underway. Vikings control possession. And here we go. D'Angelo Menace swinging around to Jalen Green. Green hands off to Seacrest. Seacrest driving in, falling down. They're going to knock him for a travel. Wildcats come into this game at 11-3 overall, 5-2 in conference play. Vikings are 9-6, 2-3 in conference play. Here's the handoff to Xavier Smith. Back over to Gilson. Smith up top, that's their leading scorer. Hands off to Paquette. Lovelady defending. Tipped away. Corralled. 10 on the shot clock. Down low, the shot is good. That's Marcus Gilson.
He is their primary threat in the post at nearly 6'9". Very efficient scorer on the block.
Vikings playing fast. Seacrest going to work. Mid-range jumper. Just off front rim. Wildcats come the other way. Xavier Smith bringing the ball up. Smith going to work in the low post. Passes out. Here's Gannett. He hits it. Colby Gannett. Wildcats off to a quick 5-0 start. There's R.J. Seacrest the other way. That's Hornbuckle, the leading scorer now for the Vikings. Hornbuckle to Jalen Green. Mid-range shot, off post, rebound, goes to the Wildcats. Wildcats starting this game off in a 5-0 run.
Lovelady may be hurt.
You see Lovelady hobbling down the court. Here's Gilson down low. Mid-range jumper, Paquette. No, rebound Seacrest.
Came down on the ankle. Looks like he's going to try to work through it, although Dakota Allen is ready to check in.
Back to D'Angelo Menace. Menace feeds to Lovelady down low. Circus layup, no good, but he's fouled. He'll go to the line for 2.
There's the bravery of a rivalry. Luke Lovelady a moment ago, very slow to get up from turning that ankle, but opportunity to score. See him take the ball to the rack there very strongly despite that.
And did get up a bit gingerly. Looks like Coach Dominguez does have Dakota Ayala on deck to sub in. However, Lovelady, the one shooting free throws, he won't sub out here.
So as you said, 3 days short of 2 years since these two teams last met. The longest stretch since the last 2 years of World War II they didn't play. So 1945.
And it's been a minute since then, hasn't it?
Yeah, we'll let people do the math at home so we don't screw it up.
Lovelady hits both free throws, but as you see, here he comes exiting the game now. Ayala checking in. We'll see how Lovelady reacts to maybe the athletic training staff getting him. See on the replay, looks like his left ankle got a bit tweaked, and he'll get some work. Wildcat basketball, 2 minutes gone here in the first half. Xavier Smith. This is Paquette. Here is Smith, the three-pointer. It's good.
Xavier Smith comes in averaging 18 points a game. He is the primary offensive threat. They've got a bunch of them. They average 84, but he's the big one.
There's Hornbuckle throwing up the circus three on the other end. It rims out. Wildcats moving it quickly. This is David Thompson. Thompson, mid-range jumper. Nothing but net. And we quickly have a timeout by the Vikings. It's 10-2. The Wildcats are on top. They have the momentum. We got a timeout on the floor. We're going to take a quick break. Be right back here after this on Vikings TV.
Community engagement is an initiative at all 25 national championships because student athletes want to give back while competing for a national title. Over the course of the year, Division II student athletes have an opportunity to leave a lasting impression in local communities throughout the country. Whether Division II student athletes are volunteering at hospitals, schools, after-school care programs, foster homes, or retirement villages, they make a difference in the lives of others. In Division II, we rise to the opportunity and make community engagement ours.
Back after the quick 30-second timeout. Wildcats opening up this game on a 10-2 run, just 2.5 minutes elapsed here in the first half. Jalen Green with the basketball. He goes inside, drives, the bucket is good.
Last two games, Jalen Green averaging 21 points and 9 rebounds. The good start here.
There's a circus shot on the other end by David Thompson. Wildcats are on fire. Here comes D'Angelo Minnis quickly the other way. A little shake and bake, double team. Ayala up top, down low to Green. That pass too high, it's a turnover. Wildcats quickly the other way. Xavier Smith going inside, blocked by Ayala. Hornbuckle gathers the rebound. Here he comes quickly, foul on the Wildcats. That's on Marcus Gilson.
We can expect to see this game be up and down tonight. These are the two highest scoring teams in the GNAC. And Wildcats about 84 points a game, Western 81, and we've seen that so far. And Central is red hot, 5 of 7 from the field so far.
And Central certainly started off this game. The fire lit under them. They came into Bellingham ready for this rivalry game. Here's Jalen Green with the basketball up top. Foul down low. That's going to be back-to-back fouls now on Marcus Gilson.
Let me correct something I said. I think I tried to say that Marcus Gilson was nearly 6'9". That's completely wrong. He is closer to, he's actually listed at 6'5". And
he plays like he's 6'9", though, right?
He is their primary threat. He goes to the perimeter less than anybody else in their offense.
There's Hornbuckle with a baseline jumper, no good. Offensive rebound, Jalen Green. Pump fake, goes back up, bucket is good. David Thompson quickly pushing the pace. He's already at the rim, no. Turnover, lost control of it. Viking basketball. (12-6), 16:23 remaining in the first half. For the first time in what seems like a while, here's a slow march up the court. D'Angelo Minnis behind the back pass. Ayala pump fake. Here's Jalen Green with it. Feeds into the post. Ayala. Ball smacked around on the floor. It's a turnover. David Thompson with the basketball. Pass to Smith. Down low, this is Gannett. Foul, bucket is no good. He's headed to the free throw line for 2. We got a media timeout on the floor. This replay is going to take us to break. We'll be right back after these quick messages. You're watching Vikings TV.
Being a champion takes more than skill, more than endless drills, more than using your head. Being a champion takes the heart to give it your all, the agility to thrive from any angle, and the relentless drive to be the best. Welcome to Division II, where the pursuit is yours to create, and the question isn't, can you do it? It's, will you?
Welcome back to Carver Gymnasium. We said Jalen Green playing some of his best basketball this season in recent days. And here you see a great offensive rebound, a nice little putback. And 4 points already for Jalen. Of the Vikings 6, they need a few more right now.
Yeah, it's come fast and furious so far for the Wildcats. You mentioned 5 of 7 from the floor. This will be Colby Gannett at the free throw line shooting 2.
Gannett, an 80% free throw shooter.
First one is knocked down. That lead grows to 7. The largest lead Central's had is 8. That one rims out, rebounded by Jalen Green. Green, the leading scorer right now with 4 points. He dribbles the ball across half court. Hands off to RJ Seacrest. Seacrest to Ayala. Back to Seacrest. Vikings moving the basketball around. Here's Hornbuckle. Green in the high post. He wants isolation. He gets it. Going down low. That bucket is no good. Offensive rebound back to Green. Tapped out. Hornbuckle has it. He'll launch a deep 3 and he'll hit it. Welcome to the splash zone, Daniel Hornbuckle.
About 3 feet behind the line for one of the leading 3-point percentage shooters in the GNAC.
Micah Pollard passing it out. There's Gannett going inside. He is fouled on a late whistle. Be Dakota Ayala picking up the foul. And Gannett, who just hit those 2 free throws, is headed back to the line.
Colby Gannett comes in only shooting. I'm trying to figure out. You'll see the Hornbuckle 3 here and the nice tap out and the recovery. Daniel comes in shooting just under 47% from 3-point range this season. Like I said about Gannett, only had shot 15 free throws coming in, but we've seen 2 aggressive moves to the hole in these last couple possessions.
And Gannett has started every game but 1 for these Wildcats, only averaging 3.9 points per game, but one of those players who does all the other things. They have so many great scorers. He's one of those hustle players. Knocks down a couple of free throws. Here come the Vikings the other way. D'Angelo Minnis shake and bake. He gets fouled on his way to the basket. That foul will be on the floor.
This is a fun battle, D'Angelo Minnis and David Thompson. The quickness that both of them possess. And Minnis able to get around Thompson on that one. Force the foul in the post, Kyson Rose.
Here's Minnis with the free throw line jumper. That's short. Wildcats the other way. They have a 6-point lead. Xavier Smith with the basketball, guarded by Hornbuckle. Hornbuckle taps it out of bounds. It'll stay with the Wildcats. David Thompson with the basketball. Hands off to Smith. Smith, the fadeaway.
Oh,
that's good. Tough shot.
He's done this to us before. 25 points the last time they met almost 2 years ago in a win at Ellensburg.
And you mentioned Smith averaging 18 points per game, as the Vikings are going to get an offensive foul called on Dakota Ayala, moving screen.
And a good sign, Luke Lovelady checking back in. The ankle apparently is good enough to go. It's a great thing. Luke has had so many injuries over the years, and this season has been one of his healthier ones since he's been here. So great to see him back out.
Luke this season also added some weight to his frame, became a much bigger post player. Been really fun to watch his progression over the years.
Well, and he's so clever down on the block, too.
Yes. Gets so many blocks just by being crafty. Oh. Speaking about crafty, how about Xavier Smith once again knocking it down?
Get in the lane and just lean back. You dare somebody to stop that.
It's the largest lead of the game. It's 10 points. There's Lucas Holden recently checked into the game. Jalen Green with the basketball. In the post, trying to pass out, tipped away. This is Thompson. Thompson stops on a dime, pops the three-pointer, off front rim. D'Angelo Minnis gets the rebound. Vikings in transition, bounce pass, down to Lovelady, hook shot, it's good.
Oh, I love this pace, Ben. Both teams getting up and down the floor rapidly.
Fans are back in the building, and these two teams are putting on a show for them. Here's Thompson down low, and the Wildcats can't miss.
The Vikings are going to have to find a way to keep these guards out of the paint. They are doing a lot of damage right now.
Wildcats are 8 of 11 from the floor. Here's Minnis going inside. Flicked it up, no good. Offensive rebound, tip in, Lovelady. No time to think. Here come the Wildcats the other way. 3-point shot in the corner. That is good. That shot made by Amari Stafford. We got the red numbers on those black jerseys. A little tough to see in the corner.
There ought to be a rule against that.
Here's Jalen Green off the pass from Lovelady. Pops the mid-range jumper.
Green and Lovelady combining for 12 of the 15 so far for Western.
David Thompson pass over to Gannett. Another three-pointer. Stafford, it's good. He's hit 2 in a row. Or excuse me, that was Xavier Smith. Xavier Smith now up to 10 points. Hornbuckle commanding his offense. Passes over to Lucas Holden. Holden trying to look down low. He goes down low himself. Pass off to Lovelady. Pump fake, and it's good.
8 points, 3 for 3 from the field, 2 for 2 from the line for Luke.
Thompson to Gannett. Another 3. No, off the rim. Rebounded by Jalen Green. Hornbuckle pushing the pace. Lovelady, here he comes. Reverse layup. Fouled. He'll go to the line for 2.
We have a timeout on the floor. It is Central 27, Western 17. We'll be back in just a moment.
My path to a college degree would have been completely different had I not run Division II cross country for the University of Mount Olive. Having an athletic and academic scholarship was key for my success. Our coaches were really helpful with balancing out my academics and athletics. I decided to attend graduate school because I wanted to become an athletic director. Receiving the postgraduate scholarship through the NCAA provided me with the flexibility to choose the school that I wanted. So now I know that I can accomplish any goal that I set for myself.
Welcome back to Bellingham, Washington for the 262nd all-time matchup between the Western Washington Vikings and the Central Washington Wildcats.
And the standings show Central 157, Western 104. But there have been some great rivalries. The Vikings have won the last 11 games here at Carver Gym against the Wildcats. Goes back to 2008. And there have been some epics. Richard Woodworth hitting a half-court shot in 2014 on regional television, end-to-end drive. I want to say it was Rico Wilkins a couple years before that. Many games. Simon Dubiel, the Seahome grad, hitting a game winner for Central one year in the early 2000s. So many great games. We'll get through that over the course of the night, but this is a great rivalry, man, and has such great history, over a century of history. And as good a rivalry there is in D2, certainly west of the Rockies, I don't think there's one any better.
They certainly have a lot of fun with it, both of these two teams do. As mentioned, the Vikings have won the last 11 times here in Carver against the Wildcats. But right now, after Lovelady hit both those free throws, Wildcats have been in charge in this game. 8-point lead. This is Xavier Smith trying to drive into the basket. He does. Tough layup is good. Smith has 12. RJ Seacrest brings it across half court. Gets it poked away. Hustle play. That was Isaiah Banks for the Wildcats. But it will remain Viking basketball. You can see that nice hustle play by Banks. Sliding on in there. Just couldn't corral it.
There's going to be no lack of commitment tonight. This is not a night where you take time off. You're going to bring it.
Pedal to the metal for sure. Here's Seacrest. High screen from Lovelady. Seacrest, mid-range jumper, no good. Battle for the basketball. Wildcats have it. Here's Smith. Guarded by Holden. Baseline jumper. Smith, nothing but net.
Xavier Smith is now 6 of 7 from the field. 14 points.
14 points, and we're not even halfway through the first half. Here's Lovelady with the ball. Spin move, and one. He'll head to the line for a three-point play.
And that's 12 for Lovelady. Smith once. Lovelady hasn't. He's 4 for 4 from the field, now 4 for 4 from the line. We'll look to finish it.
A very pretty spin move by Lovelady, who has 12 points of his own. 4 for 4 from the floor, 4 for 4 from the free throw line as well.
Hey, he's so hot we didn't even put the whammy on him when he said he was 4 for 4. So
Make it 5 for 5 now from the free throw line. 9-point lead for the Wildcats. Here's Poquette. Hands off to Xavier Smith. Vikings playing smothering defense on Smith. Poquette again. Down in the paint, guarded by Lovelady. Good defense by Luke. Jalen Green with the rebound. Green with the basketball. Holden cut back door, but Green didn't want it. Green wants some isolation. Green gets doubled. Pass out Kai Johnson. Over to Minnis. One more. Lucas Holden in the corner. Butter. It's good.
that is just how you draw up, swinging the ball out. When the double team the post, you get your best shooter in the opposite corner that's in the lineup right now, and Lucas Holden made Central pay for the double team.
On the other end, here's Poquette going to work. Down low against Lovelady. Tough bucket, but he gets it to fall. Minnis quickly across half court. So much quickness in those feet. Nice bounce pass to Lovelady, and he got hacked. He'll head to the line for 2.
Luke Lovelady is as aggressive tonight as I may have ever seen him in his entire time at Western. That's it. Minnis falling over. He slipped, and his feet was coming out from him, and he still threw that bounce pass to the cutting Lovelady.
Lovelady now with 13 points. The leading scorer in the game right now is Xavier Smith with 14. Lovelady continue to make it work from the line now, 6 for 6.
And 2 totally different ways of doing it.
Oh, completely.
Right?
Yeah, Smith is more kind of razzle-dazzle, some 3 points, and Lovelady right now is just Mr. Fundamental.
Luke hasn't made a field goal from outside 3 feet all night, and I'm not sure Smith has been anywhere near the rim yet. So.
Oh, basketball. So many different ways to score that rock.
For some people.
Not for me. If I was playing, it doesn't happen for me very often.
I never got to the rim much, no.
Suddenly a 6-point game. Here's Isaiah Banks, guarded by Minnis. Minnis playing tight D. Banks lost the handle. He picks it back up. 15 on the shot clock. Here's Paquette. Gannett lost control. Poked away. Is it stolen? Yes, it is. Jalen Green. Vikings have numbers. Over to D'Angelo Minnis. Thought about the deep 3, but he stopped himself. Lovelady. Down to Jalen Green. Poked away. Stolen. They're going to call travel. So after a near turnover, it did end up being a turnover for the Wildcats.
I credit D'Angelo Minnis. He won't get a steal or anything for that. But Ranit Poquette just sort of made him hesitate a little bit and force the travel.
One of those things that doesn't necessarily show up in a stat sheet.
Oh, it certainly won't, but it was a fine play.
9 minutes remaining in the first half. 33-27, Wildcats on top. D'Angelo Minnis, shake and bake. Lucas Holden steps into a 3. It's good! Lucas Holden's fired up. The Wildcats are going to take a timeout. Vikings on an 8-0 run in the past minute. We're going to take a timeout, take a break, and be right back here after this on Vikings TV.
Being a champion takes more than talent, more than the perfect pass, more than using your head. Being a champion takes the spirit to always push harder, the ability to overcome any hurdle, and the fire to be the best. Welcome to Division II, where the pursuit is yours to create. And the question isn't, can you do it? It's, will you?
In NCAA Division II, community engagement is an initiative at all 25 national championships because student athletes want to give back while competing for a national title. Over the course of the year, Division II student athletes have an opportunity to leave a lasting impression in local communities throughout the country. Whether Division II student athletes are volunteering at hospitals, schools, after-school care programs, foster homes, or retirement villages, they make a difference in the lives of others. In Division II, we rise to the opportunity and make community engagement ours.
Welcome back after the break. The Wildcats were inbounding. Vikings poked it away, forced a turnover. Now they have the ball, down by 3. Holden got it poked away. Minnis, corner 3 to tie. It's short. Vikings playing very aggressive defense.
Really
Holden
upped it a notch.
Holden tried to draw a charge, he couldn't. They're gonna call a foul on the floor on Kai Johnson.
Not a bad foul. Smith has hit 2 from there by going by people. This time Johnson is at least there. Holds him up. He's going to hit that jumper if you give it to him.
Wildcats with the ball. Shot down low, no good. Lucas Holden with the rebound. Vikings with the chance to tie. Vikings currently on an 11-2 run. Here's Luke Lovelady off the feed from Minnis, and they're going to get Lovelady with a charge.
Now, this is a legitimate call, but Ben Coquette went down very slowly. He's there and just kind of timber.
Wildcats bring the ball across half court. Smith dishes off to Thompson. Three-pointer, that's off. Micah Pollard missing that shot. There's Kai Johnson going baseline, picking up his dribble. Reset up to D'Angelo Minnis. High screen from Lovelady. Lovelady in the low post. Out to Minnis. Three-point bomb. Short. Lovelady with a hustle play. That's going to be a foul, I believe, on the Wildcats. Timeout on the floor. When we come back, we'll be shooting 2 free throws. Take a quick break. Right back after this on Vikings TV.
Being a champion takes more than skill, more than endless drills, more than using your head. Being a champion takes the heart to give it your all, the agility to thrive from any angle, and the relentless drive to be the best. Welcome to Division II, where the pursuit is yours to create, and the question isn't, can you do it? It's will you?
Welcome back to WECU Court. We've got a match going on between the Vikings and the Wildcats. Over the last 3 minutes, the Vikings on an 11-2 run. Big proponent of that has been Luke Lovelady.
Luke Lovelady, 15 points, 4 for 4 from the field, 7 for 7 from the line, despite turning that ankle earlier. The other thing the Vikings have done, they're 3 of 6 from three-point range. Central is the top defender of three-pointers in the GNAC. Only allow 30.6%, but Lucas Holden has hit a pair. Daniel Hornbuckle's hit one. And Central, and they forced their post play, has forced Central to double the post, which has given them some open looks.
Lovelady headed to the line in a 1-and-1 scenario. Vikings in the bonus. They still have 2 fouls to give as well. And Lovelady, 7 of 7 from the free throw line. Only a 53% shooter on the year, but turning it up in this rivalry game.
We finally did it.
We always chalk that one up to a little broadcast.
We've got it out of the way now. So
here's Thompson going inside, making the tough layup look easy. Back up to a 5-point lead for the Wildcats. Minnis taking the high screen from Holden. Putting on the shake and bake. Mid-range jumper is good.
His first bucket.
Xavier Smith down low. He throws it away. But you're all right. That ball almost came and knocked you in the face.
Hey, I'd have gotten the hands up, but
Those cat-like reflexes.
once upon a time I could catch those. And if I'd caught it, I'd have shot it.
Oh, for sure. Wildcats on top, 35-32. 6 minutes, 50 seconds remaining in the first half. You're watching Vikings TV. Here's Lucas Holden, another three-point attempt. Almost a 4-point play, but he got fouled. He'll head to the line for 3 free throws.
So the Vikings have run that the last 2 times down the floor. First ran the pick and pop, and Minnis ended up coming and getting open and getting a jumper. This time Lucas Holden again on that pick and pop is a 47% shooter. You've got to honor that.
We've seen the Vikings run different pick and pops. We've seen whether it be Lovelady up high and he's going down low, or Holden who's popping out for the 3. So they're taking one look and doing multiple things with it.
Right.
Holden missing that first free throw. Holden with 6 points in the game. Knocks down the second. He has one more.
If we go back to our history lesson for tonight, one of the first guys to do that was the old Sonic Jack Sikma, who did a lot in Milwaukee more, but became a 3-point shooter late in his career off of that sort of play, a pick and pop. And the way defenses had to adjust to that changed the game in a lot of ways. It really spread out the floor in ways that we hadn't seen before that.
Certainly having versatile players kind of being able to do anything will help any team. Here's Smith, the tough jumper, no good, but a nice offensive rebound by Matt Paquette. Back up to a 3-point lead.
Matt Paquette has just been hanging around the rim the last few minutes, hasn't he? Just banging his way to the basket and getting tip-ins and rebounds.
Here's Minnis driving inside. They're going to call an offensive foul. I think they got him for a push-off.
It's like Micah Pollard, the effort to get in front. See it here. Turn. Maybe it's more that Minnis swung the arm, if anything, because Pollard was not in front of him. But maybe D'Angelo got that forearm out a little bit. That's the call.
Here's Smith with a baseline jumper. That's long. Lovelady gobbles it up. Minnis going quickly in transition, passes off to Hornbuckle. Hornbuckle down low to Lovelady. Another offensive foul, the second on Luke Lovelady.
And the second in 2 possessions, too. That one.
That's also the 8th turnover for the Vikings. Wildcats have 5. Jalen Green checking back into the game for the Vikings. Amari Stafford checking in for the Wildcats.
With the 2 fouls, Lovelady is going to come out. There's 15 points. Maybe a little bit easier to leave a guard in with 2 fouls, but when you're playing in the post like Luke is, it's difficult to leave a player in this early.
Thompson to Smith. Smith down to Paquette. Tapped out of bounds, but it'll stay with the Wildcats.
So the Vikings didn't go back to Dakota Ayala, who also has 2 fouls. So playing a little smaller now, Jalen Green, the nominal 5 here.
Paquette with the baby hook. They say no basket. They're going to call traveling. Turnover Wildcats.
And Jalen Green doing the job defensively as the 5 there on Matt Paquette.
Still a 3-point game. Both teams also now in the bonus. Here's Hornbuckle handing off to Jalen Green. D'Angelo Minnis now with the ball. No real post threat in the game right now for the Vikings. It's Minnis, shake and bake, he'll pop it. No good. RJ Seacrest, offensive rebound. Hornbuckle with the 3, no good. Foul on the floor on Western. Referees have made no official signal yet as to what the foul is or who it's on. It'll be a foul on RJ Seacrest.
And it looks like they're going to go to the video, the monitor, to see if it's flagrant. didn't see anything that appeared that way, but they're going to discuss it first, even before they go to the monitor.
Still a 3-point game here in Bellingham. Vikings are scoreless in the last minute and a half. And the referees will head to the monitor to review if there is anything extra on that foul. While we have a moment here, let's look at the GNAC standings. Central comes into this game on a 3-game winning streak. Western comes into this game on a 2-game losing streak. Alaska Anchorage is first in the conference. They are 3-1 in conference play.
We should update that.
We do have an update for that. What do we got?
Alaska Anchorage got beat today. They lost to Seattle Pacific 91-59. The other GNAC men's game earlier today, St. Martin's beat Western Oregon 89-67. So, in fact, St. Martin's is now a half a game ahead of Central Washington at the top of the GNAC. Anchorage falls back to at least third at 3-2.
Central Washington right now is 5-2 in conference play. St. Martin's is 6-2 in conference play. Then Alaska Anchorage at 3-2. Then Seattle Pacific, Simon Fraser, Northwest Nazarene, Montana State, and then Western at 8th for a team that was picked to finish 3rd in the preseason poll. They've, 8th in the standings right now.
It's hard because we are. One second. Excellent. Thank you. So you may have heard there that they were looking at a hook and hold, which would have been a flagrant. It was not. It was just a common foul. So Central Washington at the line for 1-1 in the person of David Thompson.
Thompson knocks down the first one.
Thompson, an 89% free throw shooter.
Thompson knocks down both. Thompson also averaging 16 points per game.
Wildcats a great free throw shooting team. Over 78% on the season coming in.
Here's Lucas Holden driving inside. Kicks it off to Jalen Green. Free throw line jumper. He buries it. Back to a 3-point game. Here's Thompson taking it across half court. Jalen Green got a bit too aggressive on that steal attempt. It'll be a foul. Central back to the line for 1-1 free throws.
Wasn't a terrible idea. He tried to reach around the backside and get the hand out, but sometimes when you come around the back, it's really easy to get that other hand on the shoulder, which is what happened there. So now it's 2 on Jalen Green, and Nick Welp will check in.
3 players on each team have 2 personal fouls. Nobody yet has 3. Remember, it's 5 to foul out. Also, both teams now with 9 team fouls, so an additional foul will send these teams into double bonus. Paquette hits the first free throw.
And of all those, interesting, Brandon Renta, the Central coach, taking the other philosophy here. He's got 3 guys with 2 fouls, but 2 of them, Jeanette and Paquette, are actually still in the game right now.
Sometimes in these rivalry games, you just need your best players on the floor.
Coaches look at these things different ways, and on a different night, you might do it differently. But
here's Hornbuckle feeding it down low. This is Nick Velp checking into the game. Contested shot is no good. Here's Thompson. Look at the speed coming the other way. Thompson running over Hornbuckle. Offensive foul.
Chris Thompson pushes the ball up the floor as quick as anybody in the GNAC, and that time maybe just a little too quick.
You can see Hornbuckle there.
Reasonably easy call. He's there.
Hornbuckle saw it all the way and then had the maybe bravery to step in front of a moving train and take that offensive foul.
At least Thompson isn't a really big train.
It's still pretty fast, though.
It's true.
Holden hands off to Minnis. Minnis some shake and bake. Nick Velp over to Hornbuckle. Uncontested 3. He buries it.
His second of the night for all 6 of his points.
It's a 2-point game as we approach 4 minutes remaining. Here's Paquette. Pass out to Thompson. Thompson the pump fake. Tries to go inside. Blocked by Holden. Here comes D'Angelo Minnis. He's got shooters at the corners. And he dribbles out. Coach Tony Dominguez calls motion. 20 seconds on the shot clock. Hornbuckle pops a three. He drains it. Daniel Hornbuckle from deep.
And a first lead for the Vikings.
They were down 12 at one point. Now they lead by 1. Here's Xavier Smith, guarded closely by Minnis. Matt Paquette has it now. He drives inside. Rims off. Nick Velp the rebound. D'Angelo Minnis with the ball. Hornbuckle, another three, the heat check. He gets it. Daniel Hornbuckle is on fire. Timeout on the floor. Vikings with a 4-point lead, 45-41. We're going to head to a media timeout with Daniel Hornbuckle making it rain. We'll be right back.
My path to a college degree would have been completely different had I not run Division II cross country for the University of Mount Olive. Having an athletic and academic scholarship was key for my success. Our coaches were really helpful with balancing out my academics and athletics. I decided to attend graduate school because I wanted to become an athletic director. Receiving the postgraduate scholarship through the NCAA provided me with the flexibility to choose the school that I wanted. So now I know that I can accomplish any goal that I set for myself.
Being a champion takes more than talent, more than the perfect pass, more than using your head. Being a champion takes the spirit to always push harder, the ability to overcome any hurdle, and the fire to be the best. Welcome to Division II, where the pursuit is yours to create. And the question isn't, can you do it? It's, will you?
Daniel Hornbuckle red hot. Here you see the last one from out there by the WECU marker. And then one earlier. Well, he has hit 3 straight threes for a 9-0 run for the Vikings, giving them a 45-41 lead after they were down by 12 about 8 minutes ago.
With 11 minutes left in this game, they were trailing 31-19. Here they are on an 11-2 run and a 4-point lead. 3 minutes to play in the first half. There's Marcus Gilson handing it off to Smith. Banks loses control. D'Angelo Minnis going quickly the other way. Jumping up, acrobatic, blocked by Banks.
Great block.
Xavier Smith quickly the other way, picked up by Velp. Now picked up by Holden. Double teamed in the corner, puts up a pump fake. Passes down low, poked away by Minnis. Here comes the Vikings on the fast break. Minnis steps back, three-pointer. Off front rim, Velp the offensive rebound. Passes it out. Minnis thought about it, reconsidered. 10 seconds on the shot clock. High screen from Velp. Minnis. Couple crossovers. He drives inside. The rocket converts.
The full extension of the right arm to get it around the defender. Great finish.
Vikings on an 11-0 run. They lead by 6. Here's Smith guarded by Seacrest. Inside. He converts. Under 2 minutes remaining here in half number 1.
16 for Smith, but his first bucket in a long time, probably about 9-10 minutes.
He had 14 points when there were 12 minutes left in the half. Yeah, so it's been quite a big scoring drought for him. Here's R.J. Seacrest with it. Velp the screen. Lucas Holden up top. Under 10 seconds left in the shot clock. Holden drives in, throws up the shot, no good. Nick Velp is going to get tagged with a foul over the back.
Let's give Nick Velp credit. He has been active.
And take a look at this last block. I'm soaring up there.
He got up so high that he was able to block it on his way down.
And it was a great job by Banks to not block early in foul minutes, but wait until after he shot it and then go for the ball.
Well, and to be coming down and not reach out and swat either, still just to hold the position and block it is outstanding. Jeanette makes the first.
Nick Velp foul resulted in 2 free throws for the Wildcats. They're in the double bonus. Gannett is 4 of 5 from the free throw line. Make that 5 of 6.
Well, we thought it would be fast-paced, and here we are with a minute and a half left in the half. It's 47-45.
We mentioned the top 2 scoring teams in the GNAC, Central averaging 84 points a game, Western averaging 81.
They're ahead of pace tonight.
Minnis with the basketball. Going to work against a taller defender, hands it off to Hornbuckle. Hornbuckle's already hit 4 threes in this first half.
Backing up into his range here.
He might just be 5 on the shot clock. He's going to have to do something. 3, 2, three-pointer. Off front rim. Rebounded by Seacrest. He puts it up. Contact, but no foul.
Might have got undercut there.
Under a minute. Here's Marcus Gilson. Going into the paint, guarded by Holden. Baby hook is good. We're tied up. 50 seconds to play. Approaching halftime. Here's D'Angelo Minnis bringing the ball across half court. Hornbuckle to Holden. Holden goes behind the back, drives inside, offensive foul. I believe, Butch, that's the 4th offensive foul on the Vikings in the half.
Yeah, 2 on Lovelady, 1 on Minnis on the forearm, and then this one here.
Take a look at it here. Holden lowering his shoulder, and that was Matt Paquette picking it up, or drawing the charge. Since that was an offensive foul, the Wildcats will not be shooting free throws. That's the one exception to the bonus rule. So they will be inbounding. Shot clock and game clock separated by just 0.3 seconds.
Assume that Central would work for the last shot here.
47-47, 20 seconds remaining in the half.
A 4-low set for David Thompson to operate. Let's see if they pick and roll or if they just let him go ISO on RJ Seacrest.
Central also has scored the last 6 points in the game.
Here comes Gilson on the screen.
Thompson, the pass down low, poked away by Seacrest. It'll stay with the Wildcats.
Nice play by RJ Seacrest on the recovery from the pick and roll there.
So instead of the play that Central initially had, they'll have to call an inbounds play. Here it goes to Gilson. Under 5 to shoot. Gilson in the post. Flick shot is good at the buzzer. Take a deep breath. We're headed to halftime. Wildcats 49, Vikings 47. It's been fast-paced up here in Bellingham. 15 minutes on the clock. We'll be back soon for second half action. You're watching Vikings TV.
In NCAA Division II, community engagement is an initiative at all 25 national championships because student athletes want to give back while competing for a national title. Over the course of the year, Division II student athletes have an opportunity to leave a lasting impression in local communities throughout the country. Whether Division II student athletes are volunteering at hospitals, schools, after-school care programs, foster homes, or retirement villages, they make a difference in the lives of others. In Division II, we rise to the opportunity and make community engagement ours.
Being a champion takes more than skill, more than endless drills, more than using your head. Being a champion takes the heart to give it your all, the agility to thrive from any angle, and the relentless drive to be the best. Welcome to Division II, where the pursuit is yours to create, and the question isn't, can you do it? It's will you?
My path to a college degree would have been completely different had I not run Division II cross country for the University of Mount Olive. Having an athletic and academic scholarship was key for my success. Our coaches were really helpful with balancing out my academics and athletics. I decided to attend graduate school because I wanted to become an athletic director. Receiving the postgraduate scholarship through the NCAA provided me with the flexibility to choose the school that I wanted. So now I know that I can accomplish any goal that I set for myself.
Being a champion takes more than talent, more than the perfect pass, more than using your head. Being a champion takes the spirit to always push harder, the ability to overcome any hurdle, and the fire to be the best. Welcome to Division II, where the pursuit is yours to create. And the question isn't, can you do it? It's, will you?
Welcome back to Bellingham, Washington. Got a GNAC showdown going down right now between the Western Washington Vikings and the Central Washington Wildcats. We're at halftime. You're watching Vikings TV. My name is Ben Bagley, joined tonight by Butch Kamina, missing our good friend Sean Wally. Sean Wally will be back on Vikings TV on Monday. So far in the first half, Wildcats took a big early lead. They had a 12-point lead. Vikings came all the way back. The Wildcats ended the first half on an 8-0 run. They lead by 2.
Just a great half of basketball, up and down the floor. Highest scoring teams in the league, and yet they're above their normal pace. Central shot 62% from the field in the first half, 57% from 3, 90% from the foul line, 9 of 10. Western shot 47%, 50% from 3, and then 82% from the line. Vikings did have an advantage in rebounding, 18-11, and that's important. And that's really key to what they're doing. Assists, just 4 for Central, and then 8 for Western, with D'Angelo Minnis having 5. And then the turnover battle, 10 for Western, 9 for Central. That's a little sloppy, but given the pace of the game, I think it's acceptable. There's going to be some mistakes. People are being aggressive. People are making plays. I think you can deal with that level of turnovers the way this game has been played.
Turnovers have been one thing that have hurt the Vikings this season. They have a negative turnover margin, about negative 1.5, meaning they commit 1.5 more turnovers on average than their opponent. But the one thing that the Vikings have done very well this season is that rebounding margin. They lead the GNAC with a +7 rebounding margin in that first half, +7 on the boards. And that's something that when the game comes down to the line, whoever gets those more extra possessions, it can go a long ways.
Yeah, you can. If you're winning the rebounds by 5 or 6 a night and you're losing the turnovers by 1, you're still getting yourself more possessions. So that's okay. You'd like to have a better turnover margin than that, but you can deal with it. Really quickly, we'll hit some of the individual scoring here. Xavier Smith, the leading scorer for Central, went for 16. David Thompson had 10. Christian Nett with 8, averaging around 3. And then 6 each for Poquette and Gilson. For Western, Luke Lovelady with 15 before picking up that second foul. 12 for Daniel Hornbuckle, all on 3-pointers, and most of them from well behind the line. Jalen Green with 8, and Lucas Holden had 8 as well. So lots of different people contributing on both sides tonight. Just a great first half. A classic Western Central battle.
Absolutely a classic battle. Interesting thing of note for the Western leading scorers, Lovelady has 15 points. 7 of those points have come from the free throw line. He's 7 of 8 from the free throw line. You mentioned Daniel Hornbuckle, 12 points, 4 of 7 from deep. At one point, he went on a 9-0 run by himself. Here we go, underway in the second half. Wildcats on top, 49-47. One more time, this is Vikings TV. I'm Ben Bagley, that's Butch Kamina. This has been a fun one. Down low, Marcus Gilson throws up a hook shot, and he missed it. Jalen Green got the rebound. Here comes D'Angelo Minnis. D'Angelo setting up his offense, kicking over to RJ. Lovelady's trying to get positioned down in the low block. Jalen Green with the ball, he gives it to Lovelady. 1 dribble, 2 dribble, 3, hook shot, off back rim. Here come the Wildcats the other way. Gilson, bounce pass, inside. That one is good by Matt Paquette. Paquette went up against Jalen Green and won the battle. Here's D'Angelo. Lovelady in the post. Up to Jalen Green, gets a pump fake. Now guarded by Gilson. Mid-range jumper is good.
We talked earlier about people who can score so many ways. Jalen Green, maybe the prime example of that. Post, mid-range, he'll hit some threes. He'll take you off the dribble. The full package.
And Green, one of those players, he can act as a big point guard or even a small center. Can really play 1 through 5.
Yes.
Here's Paquette. Mid-range jumper, no good. Rebounded by Jalen Green. That's his 8th rebound. Here comes Hornbuckle. Driving inside, putting up the layup. It's good.
They'd only taken 1-2 to this point, so they crowd him, blow by for the layup.
14 points now for Daniel Hornbuckle. Here's Thompson. He has 10 for the Wildcats. Getting some space, going inside. All around the rim and out.
He jumped off the wrong foot there. That's something really
a little bit awkward
about that shot.
Here's Minnis with Lovelady setting up in the post. They've passed it down to Lovelady a couple times to go to him again. Here's Minnis now trying to drive inside. He lost control, and they're going to call it travel. Minnis can't believe it, but it's a turnover. Looked to me like the ball was poked out.
Maybe the ball got hit, yeah.
This game tied up at 51. Here's Thompson, guarded by Seacrest. They go down low. This is Gilson. Gilson no good. Lovelady the board. Minnis dribbling around. Getting into the paint. Ooh. The scoop layup is good.
I thought he was going to push that with a high hand, and he went underneath with a little scoop. Beautiful.
Kind of lulled the defenders asleep and just rocked it right in there. Here's Smith up top, guarded by Minnis. Minnis looking locked in defensively, but Smith shakes him. Three-pointer, rims out. Offensive rebound. Blocked away by Lovelady. That was Gilson getting blocked. Minnis, some fancy footwork. Free throw line jumper, it's good. D'Angelo for two.
D'Angelo into double figure, no, excuse me now, just with 8 points.
Paquette passes to Smith. Over to Thompson. Hard screen on R.J. Seacrest, and that's going to be an offensive foul on Xavier Smith.
So Western on an 8-0 run here after the opening bucket of the half by the Wildcats. Matching their biggest lead of the night at 4.
Hornbuckle with the ball, passes over to Jalen Green.
Correction, they did lead by 6 earlier.
It was 47-41 at one point late in that first half.
I really should look at the monitor.
All the numbers are right there for you. It's
exactly.
so easy. Jalen Green, the deep three, off back rim, no good. Here's David Thompson, over to Smith. Smith guarded by Hornbuckle, puts a spin move, lost control, gets it back. Down to Paquette, guarded by Jalen Green. Trying to rumble into the paint, passes out to Thompson. Back down to Paquette. Poked out by Lovelady, out of bounds. It'll stay with the Wildcats. We're going to head to a media timeout with 15:50 remaining on the clock. Vikings on top, 55-51. Be right back after this on Vikings TV.
In NCAA Division II, community engagement is an initiative at all 25 national championships because student athletes want to give back while competing for a national title. Over the course of the year, Division II student athletes have an opportunity to leave a lasting impression in local communities throughout the country. Whether Division II student athletes are volunteering at hospitals, schools, after-school care programs, foster homes, or retirement villages, they make a difference in the lives of others. In Division II, we rise to the opportunity and make community engagement ours.
Being a champion takes more than skill, more than endless drills, more than using your head. Being a champion takes the heart to give it your all, the agility to thrive from any angle, and the relentless drive to be the best. Welcome to Division II, where the pursuit is yours to create, and the question isn't, can you do it? It's will you?
Welcome back to Carver Gymnasium in Bellingham. Western leading Central Washington 55-51. Here in attendance tonight, you see Michael Dahl. He was a walk-on in 1987, had come out of the Army, ended up being the captain of the Vikings for multiple years. In the heyday of this rivalry, the teams played 19 times in 4 years. The smallest crowd was 2,500 people. District finals. Mike, one of the great unsung heroes of Western basketball history.
There's a bucket by Smith.
And in that era, I'll finish the story here. They used to play Welcome to the Jungle, very 80s, as the Vikings would come out, and he would lead the way out, and it was just a madhouse when he would come through the door.
The glory days. I wish I could have gone to school in the heyday.
Yeah, you know, this is old guy television tonight. Sorry, Ben. I apologize for reminiscing, but
oh, I'm a big fan. Here's R.J. Seacrest. Not even close on the mid-range jumper. 55-53. That's Gilson the other way, and we're quickly tied up. Also over the break, we had a chance to recognize the Western women's basketball team. They're 12-1, ranked number 9 in the country. And there's a block by the Wildcats on R.J. Seacrest. They come the other way. Smith somehow ends up with him in the corner. Here's Paquette. Baby hook is good. 6 straight points to the Wildcats, and they're on top.
Well, Micah Pollard made a couple plays there. The block shot and then diving on the floor and knocking the ball loose. Retained possession for the Wildcats.
Here's Jalen Green with the basketball. Swings it over to Lovelady. Back to the point guard, Minnis. A deep 3 from Minnis. The rebound by Seacrest.
Oh.
3-point play opportunity. Minnis was short on that 3-point attempt. And RJ had position. Just went for it.
Great finish by RJ.
Seacrest will head to the line, shooting 1.
I'll admit I was screened on that. I couldn't see in live who it was. I actually thought it was one of the posts because of the way he got up.
RJ's a player with some bunnies. He got some bounce.
No, RJ has as pretty a mid-range jumper as anybody because he can just elevate so quickly and so straight up. And there.
How about that free throw? Touching every single last square inch of the rim and dropping in. So the Vikings now are 10 of 12 from the free throw line. Oh,
no,
it
didn't,
around. Here come the Wildcats quickly the other way. Thompson sprinting inside, foul on the floor. Bucket will not count. D'Angelo Minnis on the hand check. Just the first foul on the Vikings in the second half. Take a look at it there. Minnis just getting a little bit too handsy trying to stop Thompson from driving free to the lane. And here's Thompson back up top once again. Here is Gilson, guarded by Green. Little hook shot. It's off the tip. Throwed it back in bounds. But Minnis corrals it. Minnis directing his offense. Wants to find Holden in the corner. He does. The three-pointer. No good. Jalen Green, the offensive board. Getting inside, putting it up in the paint. It's good.
Determined post up once he got it by Jalen Green. He was not going to be denied getting that shot off.
Thompson, the mid-range jumper. Shot it a little quick and it rimmed out.
That was a line drive by Thompson that time.
There's Hornbuckle looking for another 3, but he got fouled. He'll head to the line for 3 free throws.
So the second time tonight that a Viking has been fouled in the act of shooting a three-pointer. Lucas Holden the first time made 2 of 3, and now Daniel Hornbuckle steps to the line to see if he can complete the hat trick here. Hornbuckle is 76% free throw shooter.
Hornbuckle, first year with the Vikings from Fairbanks, Alaska. His dad is actually here in attendance tonight. Made the trip out from Fairbanks. Come support number 3, who's having a pretty good game tonight.
A lot of people make trips out of Fairbanks in January.
And a lot of the GNAC teams have to make trips up to Fairbanks in January as well.
If you're going to vacation out of Fairbanks, January is a good time to do it.
That is for sure. Hornbuckle has 15 points in this game. He's 4 of 7 from deep, 1 of 2 from the free throw line.
Have you been to Fairbanks?
I've been to Ketchikan. That's my only Alaska experience.
I've not been to. I've been to Anchorage a couple times, but
it's one of my goals to go and visit every other GNAC school. I've seen so much of Western Washington, you know. I want to see what everybody else has.
I got to think of which ones I've missed. That's
Smith had a nice little turnaround pump fake. Did not put up a shot. Or they will say he was in the act of shooting. So he'll head to the rim or head to the free throw line for 2 shots.
Xavier Smith, that huge start, 14 points early, now at 18. And I think I've missed 2. I've not been to Fairbanks, and I've not been to MSU Billings. I think I've got the other 8.
How about Concordia Portland?
Yeah, in about 1989 for a women's bi-district playoff game with Paul Madison. Western won, ended up in the NAI National Tournament. Won the first game back there.
Man, on one of these broadcasts, we need to have you and Paul Madison just speak about Western history for a whole broadcast. That would be fascinating. Maybe we can give you guys like a 30 for 30 just documenting Western basketball.
My stock line is that Paul started here 3 weeks after I was born, so it's true.
I'm sure he wears that badge with pride.
Yeah. I'm 55.
Paul Madison, one of the legendary Vikings.
Maybe the legendary Viking.
Mr. Viking, I think he'd earned that title. Here's Hornbuckle with the ball, under 10 seconds on the shot clock. Jalen Green passes it down low. Ayala lowers his shoulder. Offensive foul. I think that's 5 now in the game.
Let's see it here. Caught it.
And Western fans don't love it, but that is the call. Defender had his feet set. He got blown over. That's now 5 charges by the Vikings in this game. We're going to head to a quick timeout. 12:55 on the clock. Vikings up by 3. We'll be right back here right after this. Welcome back to Bellingham. Vikings nursing a 3-point lead at 62-59. You're watching Vikings TV. I'm Ben Bagley, joined by Butch Kamina, and what's been a pretty fun rivalry game so far in this Saturday night.
This has been a classic. Central up by 12 at one point, but otherwise this has been a very tight contest, especially from about the 4-minute mark of the first half onward, and neither team really able to open much up more than 5 or 6 points.
At one point, the Wildcats held a 12-point lead. Vikings battled back. They held a 6-point lead at one point. And now it's 62-59. There's a look at Victory Viking with fans back in attendance here at WECU Court. And I got to tell you, just having fans here, the energy that they've brought to this game has elevated it to a whole new level.
It's not absolutely full, but the bottom section is close to full. And there's enough people here. There's an atmosphere. People are into this because they understand this rivalry.
I think fans are going to almost have to relearn how to be at games. It's been so long.
That is true.
Here's Marcus Gilson going to work against Jalen Green, getting into the post. The layup is good. Good post work by Gilson.
They list him at 6'5". He plays bigger.
Wildcats now have 4 players in double-digit scoring. Here's Jalen Green taking the high screen from Ayala. Mid-range jumper, way off. Rebounded by Stafford.
That was a rebound. He up.
Xavier Smith passes down to Gilson. Gilson looking for back-to-back buckets. In the post, baby hook. Too strong. Rebounded by Isaiah Banks. Paquette now with it. Passes down to Gilson. Gilson goes up, and he gets it. Back-to-back buckets for Gilson.
He's got 6 points in this half already.
63-62 now, D'Angelo Minnis. Tried to take a high screen from Holden, didn't work. Here's Ayala the screen. Ayala, 3-pointer, he can hit those, and he does! How about the big man making it rain?
His 8th 3 of the year, 8 of 21, so. And the pick and pop works again.
Wildcats going back to Gilson. He has it again in the post. Little shimmy shake. Too strong on the baby hook. It's 65-63 Vikings. Here's Minnis again. Minnis gets the corner. He goes in. Layup is good, but they're not going to count it. Say the foul occurred on the floor.
So you get the 3 off the pick and pop here, and in the same spot they come down the floor. Ayala sets the screen. Minnis gets to the rack, and we have a timeout.
We're going to take a media timeout. 2-point differential. Vikings up on the board. Dakota Ayala splashing it home. We'll be right back after this.
My path to a college degree would have been completely different had I not run Division II cross country for the University of Mount Olive. Having an athletic and academic scholarship was key for my success. Our coaches were really helpful with balancing out my academics and athletics. I decided to attend graduate school because I wanted to become an athletic director. Receiving the postgraduate scholarship through the NCAA provided me with the flexibility to choose the school that I wanted. So now I know that I can accomplish any goal that I set for myself.
Being a champion takes more than talent, more than the perfect pass, more than using your head. Being a champion takes the spirit to always push harder, the ability to overcome any hurdle, and the fire to be the best. Welcome to Division II, where the pursuit is yours to create. And the question isn't, can you do it? It's, will you?
Welcome back to WECU Court. There's a shot by D'Angelo Minnis that he splashed home. Vikings currently holding a 2-point lead. Leading scorer right now for the Wildcats is Xavier Smith. He has 20 points. He actually had a streak of 5 games in a row with 20-plus points, snapped in their last game, a win over Simon Fraser. Here he goes back with 20 points, so the third leading scorer in the GNAC, having a nice game. Leading scorer for the Vikings right now is Hornbuckle with 16. It'll be Vikings basketball right under the hoop, 25 on the shot clock. Lovewoody. I thought for a second they were going to call another offensive foul. That's going to be on Marcus Gilson, going to call a block.
And that will be his fourth.
And Gilson tried to draw it. Lovewoody had just inbounded the ball, trying to get in play, and Gilson just stood there and almost didn't let him get back in the field of play. So Gilson, that was his fourth personal foul, so he'll head to the bench for now.
Well, that's important because he's kind of been the focal point of the Wildcat offense the last few minutes down on the block.
Here's Holden, back to Ayala. Holden again, he gets the corner, going inside. The layup is good.
Just over the front of the rim, the finish by Lucas Holden.
Vikings on a brief 5-0 run. Banks over to Paquette. Back to Banks. Smith with 20 points has the ball. And they're going to get Daniel Hornbuckle holding. Personal foul. Wildcats will keep the ball. There's the last bucket by Lucas Holden. Good body control.
A nifty change of the hand there to finish.
Xavier Smith getting inside, going toe-to-toe with Ayala, and he climbs the mountain to convert.
A left-handed finish at one hand leads us to a left-handed finish at the other. 22 for Xavier Smith.
Isaiah Banks picking up a foul in transition. He couldn't believe it.
It is.
There's a look at the last
Carrying
bucket
with
by
one
Smith.
hand and taking the contact too is really impressive. Starting to call this stuff on the perimeter a little bit tighter, the little hand checks and bumps.
Ayala
Here.
for three.
Another.
Make that 2 for 2 for the big man. He knocks it down. Smith going quickly the other way. To Banks. Paquette thought about the three, but he drives inside. Gets past Lovelady, the scoop and score. Back to a 3-point game. And these teams are scoring fast and furious.
Well, Luke was playing off Paquette, and he still got to the rim and finished.
High screen. Mismatch. Hornbuckle drives inside. Finds Kai Johnson in the corner all alone. He's short on the three-pointer. Here's Smith in transition. Takes it inside. Converts at the rim. Xavier Smith has been the leader for the Wildcats. 24 points. Here's Kai Johnson going inside. Makes his first basket for 2.
And we seem to be back to that, well, they're going to walk it up here, but that 7 seconds or less pace we were at the first half.
These teams are wasting no time getting shots up. This is Isaiah Banks with the ball. Guarded by Hornbuckle. Contact, but no foul, and Banks with the gutsy rebound. Here's Matt Paquette. Three-pointer is short. Ayala the board. And they're going to call a foul on Banks. Banks not too pleased with the foul. And Daniel Hornbuckle was slow to get up. He looks to be all right. Vikings now in the bonus. They will head to the free throw line for one-on-one opportunity. It'll be Dakota Ayala at the free throw line. Ayala has 6 points, 2 of 2 from 3.
See if he can hit some from the other line here.
That one just rims out, a little short. Luke Lovelady going to get called for the foul, and he can't believe it.
Okay, so we had the review earlier on hook and hold, and that's what Luke Lovelady is arguing. I don't know if it's right, but his arm did get caught inside of the opposition there. And
Lovelady looked to be trying to put his arms up to say, I'm not fouling, right. But he still got tangled up. Here's Thompson dishing to Paquette. Paquette guarded by Lovelady. Going inside, down low. Layup is no good, rebounded by Mitch Breezy. Breezy and Holden to get tangled up. They're going to call a jump ball, possession to the Vikings. Here's a look at Hornbuckle with the good defense. However, Hornbuckle did get knocked in the face on that shot, and he headed to the bench.
Defending with his chin.
That's one way to do it. 72-69. Here's D'Angelo Minnis, the scoop. Nice attempt, but couldn't get it to fall. The other way, here's Pollard with the ball. Kicking over to Amari Stafford. The three-pointer is good. We're all tied up. Under 8 minutes here remaining in the game. 72-72. Kai Johnson going inside. Tried to find a cutting Holden, but he threw it away. Amari Stafford with authority. Throws down the hammer.
A three, a steal, a dunk. Good 30 seconds for Amari Stafford.
Here's Minnis. Gonna get called for an offensive foul. Wow, that is now 6 charges against the Vikings in this game. We're going to head to a media timeout. Big dunk by Pollard, and the Wildcats have a 2-point lead. We'll be right back after this on Vikings TV.
In NCAA Division II, community engagement is an initiative at all 25 national championships because student athletes want to give back while competing for a national title. Over the course of the year, Division II student athletes have an opportunity to leave a lasting impression in local communities throughout the country. Whether Division II student athletes are volunteering at hospitals, schools, after-school care programs, foster homes, or retirement villages, they make a difference in the lives of others. In Division II, we rise to the opportunity and make community engagement ours.
Being a champion takes more than skill, more than endless drills, more than using your head. Being a champion takes the heart to give it your all, the agility to thrive from any angle, and the relentless drive to be the best. Welcome to Division II, where the pursuit is yours to create, and the question isn't, can you do it? It's will you?
Welcome back to Bellingham, where the visiting Wildcats are currently on top, 74-72. Wildcats on a 5-0 run. The Vikings have not scored in the last 2 minutes of action.
Yeah, the offensive foul there, a couple weird possessions, but neither team can seem to pull away from the other right now. So.
Vikings made 6 threes in the first half, just 2 here in the second. Here's the Wildcats with the basketball. Thompson, a little out of control, gets into the paint, throws up a shot, no good. Man, about 8 people jumping for the ball there, and the Vikings end up with it. D'Angelo Minnis slows the pace. Seacrest in the corner. Here's Jalen Green in the low post. Wants isolation. He gets it. Defended by Paquette. Passes out to Minnis. Deep three-pointer. Rims out. Skying in is Holden. Second chance bucket, no good. A tie-up. Will they call a jump ball or a foul? No single's been made yet. Jump ball, possession to the Wildcats.
Minnis with the three that rims out. Lucas Holden, a great effort in traffic, but just could not get the putback.
D'Angelo Minnis is 0 for 5 from deep in this game. On the season, he's shooting just 26% from three, where a season ago he shot 36% from three.
On a real slump the last 3 or 4 games from three, too.
Paquette hands off to Thompson. Thompson takes a high screen. This is Pollard. Mid-range jumper, no good. Jalen Green corrals the rebound. He has 11 now. Pass it to Lovelady. Back to Green. Green, the mid-range jumper, he nails it. Tough shot.
14 for Jalen Green on 7 of 11 shooting and 11 rebounds.
Amari Stafford passes off to Micah Pollard. Gives it to Paquette. Mid-range jumper of his own. Back-to-back mid-range jumpers are good.
Then it's interesting. The pace has really slowed about the last 3 or 4 minutes, except for on turnovers. Teams aren't running right now. It's turned into a half-court game.
Every possession means so much in a game as close as this. Jalen Green, how about the nice little baby hook bank shot to tie it up?
Wow.
D'Angelo Minnis poked that one free, but ball will stay with the Wildcats. Xavier Smith checking back into the game. He's the leading scorer in this game with 24
This
points.
move by Jalen Green. 9-foot sweeping hook bank.
Wildcats inbound to Smith, guarded by Seacrest. Enters the post. Fadeaway, highly contested. Great defense by RJ.
Defense by RJ Seacrest. He is a tough, physical defender. It is really hard to break him down.
D'Angelo Minnis barking orders to his offense. Finds Jalen Green down low. Jalen Green going to work in the low post against a smaller defender. Reverse layup, he nails it.
You get the switch on the pick and roll. Green flashes, gets the bucket.
Wildcats going fast the other way. 3-point attempt, no good. Rebound to the Wildcats. Second shot, that was Gilson. He got fouled on it. He'll head to the line for 2. So Gilson, remember, he does have 4 personal fouls. If that would have been called a charge, that would have been his 5th.
I don't think Marcus Gilson knows any other way to play. I think the guy has a motor under there. He has been relentless in this half.
Luke Lovelady picked up that foul. That's Lovelady's 4th. First one, no good by Gilson.
67% free throw shooter.
Gilson with 12 points, 4 rebounds, an assist, and 4 personal fouls. Viking student section making some noise. A rumble enters WECU Court. Second free throw is good. It's a 1-point game. Minnis picks up his dribble. Puts it low to Jalen Green. Green guarded by Thompson. Thompson looks like he wants to take a charge. Green goes up. Bank shot is good.
Well, they get that switch, and the smaller guard simply cannot guard Jalen Green down there.
Thompson brings it across half court. It's stolen by Minnis, and a foul on David Thompson. Coach Dominguez wanted an intentional foul called. It looks like it will just be a common foul. D'Angelo will
discuss this.
As it stands on the floor right now, D'Angelo Minnis will be shooting 1-and-1 free throws. The referees will head to the video monitor to see if this was an intentional foul or possibly a flagrant one. I would be surprised if they upgraded this to anything else. Maybe something like a clear path foul, because D'Angelo clearly had a path.
He grabbed his arm. It did look like as D'Angelo pulled away that David Thompson may well have grabbed his arm. So
see if we can get a look at it on this replay. D'Angelo Minnis poked the ball away. You can see Thompson, his left arm, hooked Minnis right under the armpit there.
Yeah, I'm not sure he actually grabbed, though. And the arm was already in, so it's plausible that they wouldn't give this any kind of a breakaway or anything like that.
It looked to me as though Thompson was trying to get the ball back, reaching in with his left arm.
And then
you see Minnis, the reaction on his face when he got fouled. He wanted to go all the way.
Well, he was gone. I mean, he was definitely ahead of him.
You can see Coach Dominguez came all the way out on the court with his arms crossed in an X, meaning intentional.
See what we get here.
Here's a look at head coach Brandon Rinta for the Wildcats. And the referees decided just a common foul on that one. It'll be 1-and-1 free throws for D'Angelo Minnis.
Description that was given to Tony Dominguez, it was just a quick steal. The arm was just in there already, essentially. So Minnis will have 1-and-1.
Minnis with 8 points, make it 9. He's 4 of 14 from the floor, 0 for 5 from 3, and now 1 of 1 from the free throw line. Second shot is good. Vikings lead by 5. Minnis playing tight defense, falls down, nothing called, but Lovelady gets the steal. Ball back to Minnis as we approach 4 minutes remaining here in the game.
Pick and roll again.
Foul on the Wildcats. That'll be 1-and-1 free throws. Once again, I believe it was D'Angelo Minnis who was fouled.
Boy, what's critical here is that that's the 4th foul on David Thompson.
Thompson heads to the bench. Take a look at it here on the replay. Thompson going through. You can see Daniel Hornbuckle from the Vikings bench was pretty fired up about that. David Thompson has subbed out. Isaiah Banks checked in.
Missed the 1-and-1.
4 minutes to play in the rivalry game. Here's Smith exploding towards the rim, and he gets fouled.
They're going to catch Seacrest on a little bump as we go to the final media timeout. Western 82, Central 77. We will be back in just a moment.
Welcome back to Bellingham as we get a shot of Jalen Green knocking down some buckets. He has 20 points on 10 of 14 shooting.
20 points and 12 rebounds. Continuing the excellent play that he's had over the last 2 games. 25-9 on Thursday, 17-9 in their previous game, a loss to Seattle Pacific with a bit of a gap in between because of protocols. He is rising to the occasion these last couple of weeks.
In that game on Thursday against Northwest Nazarene, you mentioned he had 25 points, actually a career high for him. Yeah. And approaching that territory now, still with 4 points or 4 minutes to play, and he's really been the main focus of this Western offense.
No, he's been excellent, and now you're up 5 with 3:57 to go. We talked about the turnovers. The Vikings have 14. Central has 13. The turnovers have gone down as the game has slowed. Now it becomes critical. Every possession now, when you've got a 5-point lead, you got to be sure that you're getting a good shot. You're not forcing anything. Make Central beat you. Don't beat yourself.
Smith knocking down the free throw. Both teams are in the bonus. Vikings have committed 8 fouls. Central has committed 9. So the next foul Central commits will send Western into the double bonus. Smith nails them both. He has 25.
26 with that.
He has 26. Thank you.
Surpassing his total in the last meeting by 1.
Minnis passes to Holden. Back to Minnis. Minnis gets swarmed by defenders, finds Holden. Here's R.J. Seacrest with a chance. Up to Jalen Green, the leading scorer for the Vikings. Under 10 on the shot clock. He drives in, steps back, double covered. Didn't hit anything. Shot clock still going, and Lucas Holden traveled.
He did. Tried to go up, got caught in traffic, and couldn't get the shot off.
You can see him smiling about it. Easy call.
The Vikings have run that wing pick and roll on the right side repeatedly in the last minute. Looked like Central brought another defender that time over. Not a true blitz like on a double or anything, but just hedging real hard to clog everything up.
Yeah, they're swarming Minnis on defense especially. Here's Smith dumping off to Paquette. How about R.J. Seacrest getting the basketball, getting tangled up. That'll be a jump ball. Possession to the Vikings.
That's two guys who have spent a fair bit of time in the weight room. Neither of them were going to let go of the ball.
No, sir. The referee had to come and break them up a little bit.
It was clean. Nobody was slinging, but
you can see Paquette saying, hey, give me the ball, and RJ saying, no.
I thought we were going to have a standoff there. I didn't think either of them were going to let go.
Well, the student section rose to their feet. They started, it was almost like a fight in hockey. They got so ready for it. Here's R.J. Seacrest with the ball, passing off to Lovelady. Approaching 3 minutes to play in the game. Minnis with the ball. He picked up his dribble. 10 on the shot clock. Minnis with it.
Now they have the post up again.
Minnis into the paint, the floater, no good.
A foul on the floor, it looked like. It did not look like it was on the shot. Now, it was on the rebound. Jalen Green will be shooting the free throws. I think we can see it here. Minnis and deep. Watch at the back of the play, and there you see the forearm in the back by Isaiah Banks. Credit to Isaiah Banks on the initial play, though. He fronted Green, made it very difficult for the entry, and Minnis had to penetrate.
Green shooting his first free throw of the night. No good.
And the other thing you have to do in these situations, you have to make free throws.
Remember, the Vikings, their first 2 games of the season were each 1-point losses because they missed some clutch free throws late. Second free throw is good. The Vikings looking like they're going to play some full court press. Here's Paquette, and that's an obvious foul by Jalen Green trying to poke the ball free. Paquette will head to the line for 1-and-1 free throws. One more foul by the Vikings will make it the double bonus for Central.
It's a very good free throw shooting team. 78.4% coming in, 14 of 16 tonight. Matt Paquette very representative of that at just under 80%.
Paquette misses it. Vikings still have a 4-point lead. Another thing to note, Banks, that last foul he committed on Jalen Green, that was his 4th as well.
Three Wildcats with 4, and then Luke Lovelady for Western has 4.
Gilson, Thompson, and Banks for the Wildcats. Here's a handoff to Lucas Holden. He tries to turn the corner, gets into the paint, little fadeaway turnaround, can't convert. R.J. Seacrest, the hustle board.
Like he's going to get called for a push on the rebound.
So wipe that offensive rebound off the board. There was a foul on Seacrest. And instead, the Wildcats are going to head to the free throw line to shoot 2. The third personal foul on RJ Seacrest. Here's Smith at the line. He's 4 for 4. Make that 5 for 5, and he has 27 points. Smith can cut it to a 2-point game. He does. 2:22 to play.
Okay, so a wing, and they'll watch see if they get the down screens here.
D'Angelo Minnis with the basketball, passes off to RJ Seacrest. Lovelady loses the handle, gets it back. Here's Minnis with 10 on the shot clock. Gives it to Lovelady. A spin, he loses control. Seacrest gets it back, throws it up, no good. Rebound to the Wildcats. A 2 can tie, a 3 will take the lead. Here's Smith with 28 points. Minute 45 on the clock, putting on some moves, passing it up. 3-pointer from the corner. That is good. Big shot by Amari Stafford. Wildcats take a 1-point lead.
Wow. Smith penetrated. Almost looked like he was trying to feed Gilson there. The ball went through Gilson's hands into the corner. And couldn't even see Smith hiding there. Excuse me, Amari Stafford hiding down there in the corner. He buried the 3.
1:37 to play. Wildcats now on top. Big 3 by Stafford. He's actually 3 of 3 from deep in the game with 11 points.
He's had a great second half. That block he made, some of the other things he's done tonight have been outstanding.
Also for Xavier Smith, I mentioned he has 28 points. His season high is 29. That was back on January 15th at Alaska Fairbanks.
And that was in a loss. I think both he and Thompson had 29 that night, but the Wildcats lost in overtime to former Central coach Greg Sparling. And their other loss in conference was also a 2-point loss to Montana State